Hey everybody, and welcome to another day of Vlogmas. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you guys my Christmas Eve family traditions that I've done. Oh my goodness, since my first daughter was born. She's going to be almost 18, so I figured I would sit down with you guys and talk about my family traditions on Christmas Eve. So if you guys are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Click that little notification bell so you guys will be notified. And then, yeah, let's start talking about Christmas Eve family traditions. So I'm a big Christmas girl. I love Christmas so very much. And when I had kids, I just love to bring joy and magic and just all the fun that is Christmas. So the one thing that I do on Christmas Eve, a lot of people have done what's called Christmas Eve boxes, right? Where you get like a pajama and maybe like a hot cocoa or a Christmas movie or some type of thing for Christmas Eve. I don't call them Christmas Eve boxes. I call them Mrs. Claus boxes. So here's the story. You know, Santa, he gets all the credit, right? He goes all over and he drops presents for everybody. I mean, it is all about Santa. But what's up with Mrs. Claus? Like, hello, I mean, we all know that she does everything, right? I mean, she's the main person that helps Santa. If there was no Mrs. Claus to help Santa, I mean, Santa would be in trouble. So I decided to start when my kids were really little, and let's represent Mrs. Claus because she's amazing. We don't give her too much credit. We hardly give Mrs. Claus credit at all. And I mean, no. So every Christmas Eve, Mrs. Claus comes down and she brings clean, fresh PJs for the kids in the morning so that they're nice and cute for Christmas pictures. And then what she does is she'll like a nice PJ, and then usually I'll do like a bath bomb or some type of bath product because usually we'll put the kids in the bath, or even now like my teens will like take a shower. So if it's like new shampoo for the teens or a bath bomb or a razor or something bath related within that. So it's always fresh pair of PJs and a bath bomb or something bath related. So I do that, and then usually it might be like a little gift card to maybe like PlayStation or Nintendo or something like that. Something that they can have during that day so it kind of keeps them busy and occupied. It might be a coloring book with, you know, coloring crayons or a tiny little toy or something like that. And then maybe a thing of hot cocoa or so forth. So that's what I like to do. And Mrs. Claus, she is amazing and she puts everything together. So it is from Mrs. Claus every Christmas Eve. And so that's one big family tradition that we've done. I've done it since the kids were really little, and now that I have, you know, 2 teens, almost 3 teens in the house, they still like want me to do it, and it's something special and fun. So that's one of the family traditions that I do. Another thing, if you guys do Elf on the Shelf, I've started Elf on the Shelf when my kids were really little. If you watch my polar bear breakfast, that's another tradition, but it's not on Christmas Eve. We always do that on Thanksgiving Day, but everything will be in a playlist Christmas 2020, so you can look in there and find my polar bear breakfast that I did this year. So as you know, if you have an elf, they stay with us through the whole month of December, and then on Christmas Eve, it's our very last day with the elf. Some elves stay on Christmas Day, and some elves leave on Christmas Eve. It just depends on your elf. But what I like to do is the elf will bring a gift for the family. So it will be something of like a board game or something that all of us can do that day. So when they wake up in the morning, there will be a package underneath the tree and it'll be from the elf, and it's usually a board game, or if there's a game that we really want to play as a family, like on PlayStation or Xbox or something like that, it will be something like that. Something that the family can do together and have so much fun to kind of keep us, busy that day. Because I know, especially if you have kids, even the big ones, I mean, even me, it's exciting. It's like the night before Christmas, and there's just a lot of excitement in the house. I'm sure if because if you've got kids, you understand how it is. And so it's something that the kids can do. So what I like to do is in the morning, elf will have like a last letter and then have a little family Christmas gift underneath from the elf. I mean, it can be as easy as just like you go down to Walmart and get like the hot cocoa kits or something like that. And so early in the morning, that will be underneath the tree. And the Mrs. Claus comes at night right before it's ready to kind of like right before dinner, so we can have dinner or snacks or what have you, and then take a bath, PJs, and kind of in bed. So that's what we do. Another thing that I have my kids do, and this is super cute. So I'm sure a lot of us do tracking Santa, right? Like, where's Santa? Where's he at? Oh, he's, over here, or he's over here throughout the day. And so something that's really fun to and we make it like a game, and you can have certain kids group up with other kids. So I have 4 kids, so or if you have, just depending, but say Santa is in, I don't know, New York or something like that. Okay, run real fast and, look up New York and what's their favorite, food, or what's the capital of New York, or something about New York, or something about Australia, or something about, the certain country that Santa's in. And then we come back and we, say, oh, did you know this, such, this. So it's kind of a learning, and it kind of gets the kids in a teamwork thing, and it's something fun for the kids. You don't have to do it constantly, but we'll look, like every hour or something. Okay, Santa's, here. Okay, tell me about, this country, what are their favorite foods? What, just something fun. They'll research it, or we'll research it as a family and kind of learn. And that's something fun that I think it would be a wonderful tradition when you start your kids really young at it, or even now. It's just something fun for you and your kids and your family to do, and you're kind of learning as well. So another thing that we used to do, we don't do it necessarily, we don't do it anymore, but when our kids were really young, my husband and I, we would put the kids to bed, and then we'd pour like a glass of wine and kind of have our Christmas together. Because you guys, if you have little kids, you know how hectic it is in the morning. I mean, you're lucky enough to be able to sleep in when the sun comes up. I mean, most times I've been, and I remember times where like my girls would get us up like 2 in the morning and go, oh my gosh, can we open up presents? And we're like, no, you cannot. No, it's not even time yet. And they're bare at like 5 o'clock, they'll come in, and 6 o'clock, and then we're just like so tired. And then Christmas morning is really hectic when you do have a lot of like little kids. And so what I think would be really great is you and your significant other, you put those kids to bed, and then you have like a glass of wine, or if you don't drink or whatever, like you just have your like little time together, and then you unwrap gifts from each other. You can really just enjoy each other, because in the morning it's going to be so chaotic. I mean, there are mornings where my husband and I hardly even like get a hug from each other, because we're just like, oh my gosh, Santa's been here. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's open this, and then trying to get like, I need hot cocoa and this and that. You know how it goes. And then once all the presents are unwrapped, we haven't even unwrapped anything, and now it's like we're having to build Barbie stuff, or opening, you know how those packages are? Oh my gosh, all the scissors and everything's like, it's just a hot mess. And then at the end of it, we're just like so tired that we don't want to do anything, do anything. And so what we did was the kids, when they were younger, we just put them to bed, make sure they're sleeping. We don't need to do any of the special stuff yet, and just really spend time together and open up presents. And you guys, those were one of my favorite memories and a wonderful family tradition. I highly recommend if you have little kids. So then after that, kind of going in with that, once they're asleep and all that, magic happens, and we really have so much fun just, making magic happen with everything. I am big about all this amazing stuff. There are kits online that you can get. Pinterest has so many ideas, but we really go out and turn the Christmas downstairs really into magic, and we have fun together. And now that the kids are a little bit older, they do that for my little one. So I would highly suggest getting your big kids involved and kind of making magic in the morning, so when they come out, Santa's been here and all the fun, and it's been a really fun family thing now, and my big kids are really enjoying now putting all that together, and so it's just super fun. Our family tradition on Christmas Eve, and my big girls kind of started this when they got a little bit older, probably around 10. I have almost an 18 and a 16-year-old right now, but when they were a little younger, and my two littles were pretty young, and I think now they still do it. They do a sibling sleepover. So usually they'll pick one room and they'll set the room up, and they'll do like sleeping bags and stuff like that. They will read them a story, and they have sibling time. They can sit that night, and after they have their fresh PJs on, and just really bond with one another and talk to one another about Christmas and just a whole bunch of stuff. And it's so nice to hear them in the room giggling and laughing. And it's really great too if you have bigger ones, because it helps the littler ones go to sleep, and then they can be your eyes and ears, and it was worked out really great. So highly suggest, if your kids are up for it, to do a slumber party, and let them bond, let them just talk and just enjoy Christmas, because it really does help with those memories. And I know my big girls, and even my little daughter now that's 7, she's like, oh my gosh, are we still gonna have like a Christmas slumber party with all my siblings? And so I highly recommend that family tradition. It's super fun, and your kids are gonna have really great memories of Christmas Eve with their siblings. Another thing, of course, we're gonna make cookies, right? So I know a lot of us make cookies on Christmas Eve. We make cookies, but then we also make like cocoa bombs and stuff like that. It's another way to just bond. We make dog biscuits for the dogs. We blast Christmas music and just have a blast. So that's another thing that we do. And then also that night, or during the day, like if we bake a whole bunch of goodies, we will deliver them. We'll put a little note, thank you for being such a great neighbor, and then with our last name, or maybe like our address. And we deliver little boxes to each neighbor. There's times where I bought like a big box of chocolate, and I gave them like a Christmas card. Every Christmas Eve, we drop Christmas gifts to every neighbor, and I highly suggest. It's so cute. Your neighbors are great. We're very fortunate and very lucky to live in such a wonderful little neighborhood, and we love to just say, hey, thank you for being a great neighbor, and just we appreciate you, and we always like to drop little gifts off. So you can do that for like your neighbor's not for everybody, but like a friend or something. It's just a family tradition that we like to do, to make little packages and drop them on the doorstep, something extra special to give back. Every Christmas Eve, we don't make like a dinner or anything like that. We will do like a snack board. So this is like my favorite thing about Christmas Eve. I don't have to do any dishes. Everything's really easy. So that way in the morning when they wake up and we wake up, I don't have to do dishes. I don't have to do dishes at night, because there's so much to do Christmas Eve night as parents. So the last thing I want to do is worry about dishes or anything. So we'll get like takeout. We'll get like everybody's favorite takeout, or we will do like chips and dips and chips and salsa. We'll do like make your own sandwiches or something like that. So that's always been a big tradition. Everybody kind of picks their own little snack, whether it's like, I mean, I don't even care. If it's pizza rolls, you're gonna get pizza rolls. If it's like cheese bread. I mean, oh, it's just little snacks, and then super easy cleanup. I do paper plates that day. We drink out of paper cups. Like, I don't make a mess at all. I keep my kitchen super clean, and it really helps me out. And then they get so excited because it's like, ooh, hors d'oeuvres and snacks for like all day. I don't have to, they just think it's great. So that's one thing that we always do. And like I said, I have every kid kind of pick their favorite thing. What do you want? Some people in my house like stuffed mushrooms, and I mean, oh my gosh. Or I mean, yeah, or we'll just order pizza or Chinese food or something easy. And my family loves it. So every time Christmas gets a little closer, and they're always saying, okay, I know what I want for Christmas Eve, Mom, and I'll write it down, and then I'll get it all done, and I don't have to worry about it, and cleanup is a cinch. One thing I do is Christmas breakfast. So I will do a kind of a nice little Christmas breakfast, but not crazy. So it's either like Christmas like hot cocoa pancakes. They have those at the Walmart. They have like gingerbread pancake mix and stuff like that. And I'll do something small like that. Something small for breakfast, even if it's like muffins and coffee and hot cocoa. But I love to do like a tiny little breakfast, sit down, relax, hang out with each other, and just tell stories and stuff like that. I think a cute little breakfast the morning of Christmas Eve is something fun, and they look forward to that as well. Okay, this is a good family tradition that we love. So I know a lot of us like to do Christmas lights. We love to drive through the neighborhoods and look at Christmas lights. But you know what people really appreciate you doing is that when you write down a little note before you guys go. So if you go on Christmas Eve, or even if you don't go on Christmas Eve, do like a little, and they have like little award like certificates that you can get like at Dollar Tree. So my kids will write out, I love your Christmas lights. Yours is my favorite, best house goes to you. And every kid will have that. And then as you drive through the Christmas lights and you see a house that you love, you can stick that little award on maybe like, I don't know, some place, or on they're like one of their little candy canes or something, just someplace little cute. Stick it on, like tape it on, but not too crazy. And oh my gosh, people will appreciate that. Sometimes you see like the neighbors out and about. I mean, you can be like, oh my God, I gave you this award. It is super fun. And let me tell you, Christmas lights, because we do them every year, it's hard work. It is. It's cold. And I mean, it's a lot of work, and it's fun to put up because it's like, woohoo, we're putting up. But to put all that stuff away can be a pain in the butt. So it's something nice that you can do, and so simple. It doesn't cost any money, and just say, hey, I like your lights. You won the house for me. I loved it. It's a great compliment, and it helps teach children to give those compliments to others. And I highly recommend it. It's super fun. And the person that did all that work, I know, will appreciate it as well. Another thing that we also do too, mostly when the kids were little, and this kind of goes with like appreciation and thank you. So what we would do is I would have the kids write Santa, hey, thank you so much for all the time, thank you for like, just a thank you note. I would have them write a thank you note to the elf and Miss Claus and all that stuff, and put it with their milk and cookies. Just a nice, cute little note, just to kind of teach those kids, hey, appreciation, like be grateful for what you have, and be, very appreciative, and be thankful. And so I used to do that all the time with the kids. Not so much I mean, I only have one that's really little, but it's always nice to teach those kids that, and it's been a tradition, and even now they still kind of like, they won't write notes, the big ones, but they'll just be like, thank you, Santa, thank you, Mrs. Claus, it's cute, and something that I think would be a great tradition if you do have little kids. And then my last thing that we do, and this is really important, and it's interesting to see how everybody feels about it and how everybody is so different. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down your favorite thing that happened in the month of December. So if you planned something, we went to the Nutcracker. I know this year's a little bit different, but it could be so simple. You just never know what is going to really make your child so happy. Hey mom, my favorite part is when you sat in the bedroom with me and you read like 3 Christmas stories back to back. I loved that. I mean, so have the kid write what they love the most about December. I really liked going here. Can we do this again? Mom, I really liked baking these cookies. Can we bake those cookies again? And then have everybody write it out. Put it in like your Christmas box or some like your ornament box or something like that. Put it in there, and then next year when you start to decorate, you'll have those little notes, and then you can look back as a family and see what you really enjoyed last Christmas and maybe do it again or something like that. So highly recommend that. Super fun, and it just kind of takes you back memory lane as you decorate with all your Christmas stuff. So thank you guys so much for taking out the time and watching my Vlogmas series, you guys. I appreciate you so much. Hopefully this video helped in some sort of way, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.